Welcome today for our art lesson. Our art lesson today we are going to still talk about the elements of art, whereby we are want to talk about the element, the line. Now, line is a very important component of art, whereby it is used to do very many things when we use it for our drawings. Now, for example, here we define line. What is line? Line is defined as the shortest distance between 2 points. So you can't say that there is a line if you don't have two given points. You have to line from one point to the other. Now we look at the different types of lines. These lines, we have different types of lines here. One have a straight line, where it starts from one point. So normally a straight line can be either run from the top to the bottom, or from the side, one from the left to the right, or right to the left. Then we have number two, a curved line, whereby this is curved. These are some of the curved lines. And then number three, we have what we call the zigzag line, the line which goes up and down, up and down. Then we have a vertical line. So vertical line runs from the top to the bottom. So like here, we have this line here is a vertical line. It runs from top to bottom, or from bottom to top. Then number five, here we have horizontal line. What is a horizontal line? A line that runs from the left to right. If I draw a line from here, or from right to left, that is a horizontal line. And then we have other types of lines. These are just 5 examples here. We have one type of line which is known as diagonal line, which runs from one corner. For example, here, if I have a line like this, then it runs from one corner of a shape. So the line in the middle here, this is the diagonal line. And then we also have many other types of lines which are used when you're going to draw. And then these lines make up what we call a shape. Now we are going to look at how do you use lines in order to create shapes. So first we define what is a shape. A shape is an enclosed area. Like in mathematics we find that we are told to find out the area of a rectangle, square, or a triangle. So we find the area within an enclosed area, whereby, like for example here we have different types of lines. Different types of shapes, whereby we have regular shapes. Regular shapes can be a square, a rectangle, an oval, or a triangle. So these are different types of shapes. These are the ones which you learn mostly, which are regular shapes. So they don't change their form. Then we find that these shapes can be used to describe different items. So like for example, as you say, when you use these 2 vertical lines and 2 horizontal lines, we create a shape which is known as a square. If we have the same thing as the rectangle, whereby we have 2 vertical lines and 2 horizontal lines, they make up a shape. So a triangle is made up of 1 horizontal line and 2 diagonal lines. They create a triangle. Then we can also create like an oval. We draw 2 curved lines together and we create a shape which is an oval. And then also we can use 2 curved lines to create a shape we can call as a circle. So these types of shapes, the rectangle, the square, the triangle, an oval, a circle, these types of shapes are known as regular shapes. Now on this other side we have another type of shape which is known as the irregular shapes. Irregular shapes are shapes which you find within nature. They don't have any particular form. For example, if you draw a leaf, we have different types of leaves. Every tree has its own type of shape of the leaves. So you find that like here, a leaf can be in different forms. We don't have them having the same kind of shape. They are varied. Then, for example, you take a rock. Rocks have different shapes. And also even fruits. Even like, for example, if you draw a banana, you find that we have a curved line and another curved line. So they form a shape which you can say this is a banana. So this is an irregular shape. So the shapes which are found within nature, they don't have any particular form, whereby you find that they can be varied from different plant to another, or from different areas, whereby you find that the shapes are not the same in every time when you do the drawings. So as learned here, you find that we have learned how to use the lines. When you use the lines, we can use the lines whereby we create shapes which we can call as regular shapes. So we have given the examples there: square, rectangle, triangle, circle, oval, etc. The shapes which we find when we are doing like mathematics and any other forms of which are always they have the same form. Then On this other side, we have talked about irregular shapes. The irregular shapes, you can use different lines. Like for example here, if you are drawing a leaf, you can use a zigzag line, like we have a zigzag line here, and another zigzag line here, and then we can put just a curved line in between. And we look at that shape, we say this is a shape of a leaf. We can have these curved lines here, or these zigzag shapes here, and we can say we have created a rock. We can have this curved line and another curved line, and then they're joined together, we have the shape of a banana. Even when you're drawing a tree, you can decide to have a curved line, and then you draw some vertical lines, and we have the shape of a tree. So we find that the line is a very important element in art, whereby it is like the foundation of any drawing. Thank you for viewing, and also thank you for your follow-up, and also we expect at least we learn together. Thank you very much.